deltas, swamps, rivers, and vast flooded plains. These are the lifelines that connect land and water and sustain life on Earth. In these wetlands, life exists in every layer, from the muddy ground to the towering canopy above. But survival here is never easy. In Borneo, the Kinabatangan Wildlife Sanctuary stands as one of the last great wetland ecosystems. Formed over 130 million years ago, this ancient forest stretches across nearly 70,000 hectares in Sabah, Malaysia. Here, water rules everything. Monsoons, tides, and powerful river currents constantly reshape the land. Mangroves along the coast shelter rare species, while inland, forests provide refuge for animals found nowhere else on Earth. Among them, pygmy elephants, orangutans, and strange primates like the proboscis monkey. This is a world of abundance, but also one of constant danger, because in a land ruled by water, only the most adaptable survive. In the Kinabatangan, survival depends on timing. With the arrival of October, the great monsoon begins. Heavy rains flood the land, transforming forests into vast underwater worlds. Rivers overflow, ground disappears. Crocodiles thrive in these conditions. Massive and opportunistic, they move freely between saltwater and fresh water. At up to 7 meters long, they are among the most feared predators in this ecosystem. But danger is not limited to the water. High above, life continues in the trees. Flying squirrels glide between branches, avoiding the flooded ground below. Orangutans move gracefully through the canopy, feeding on fruits when available, or surviving on leaves when food is scarce. Every species has its own strategy, because when the monsoon arrives, the rules of survival change completely. By November, the rains become relentless. In a single day, up to 100 millimeters of rain can fall. Within days, the entire sanctuary is flooded. The forest floor disappears beneath rising waters. Animals slow their movements, conserving energy. Even the monkeys retreat to the treetops, waiting for the storm to pass. But life does not stop. Hidden along the riverbanks, a female crocodile guards her nest. Dozens of eggs lie buried beneath leaves and soil. She remains vigilant, ready to strike at any threat. Yet the rising water poses a new danger. If the floods continue, the nest could drown. After months of rain, new life begins. Baby crocodiles hatch and must immediately race toward the water. But survival is far from guaranteed. Birds, predators, and the environment itself claim many lives. Less than 10% will reach adulthood. At the same time, the flooded land isolates other animals. Orangutans become trapped on small forest islands, unable to swim across rising waters. Without food, many will not survive. Scientists call this habitat fragmentation. Human activity has broken the forest into pieces, making survival even harder. By March, the floods begin to withdraw. New vegetation grows along the riverbanks, creating fresh feeding grounds for the pygmy elephants. This is a season of abundance. They emerge from the forest to feast on grasses and reeds. As the dry season approaches, water becomes scarce once again. Animals gather near rivers, increasing competition and danger. In recent decades, a new threat has emerged: deforestation. Palm oil plantations have replaced vast areas of forest. Elephants wander into plantations, leading to conflict with humans. Orangutans become isolated, cut off from food and shelter. Despite everything, life continues in Kinabatangan. Season after season, the cycle of water shapes this fragile world. The elephants, the orangutans, and countless other species depend on what remains of this sanctuary. This is not just their home. It is one of the last wild refuges on our planet, and its future depends on us.